I'm such a fan. We met years and years and years ago on the set of V, the Final Battle. I was a friend of Michael Ironside's.
Wow. Well,
So
a long time. We have, so in other words, what you're saying is we're part of that same history.
we are, and it was very interesting to to be an extra on that. But boy, you guys did such a great job. What a fun um, life that was. Because I'm also good friends with Jane Badler, and just an amazing cast in that.
We are in Hollywood. I was reflecting on this a little earlier that we're a large group, a large family, but we also form very close attachments. And you mentioned Jane Badler just now, and she's one of my. We don't see each other a lot, but when we do, my affection for her is unbound. I
Oh,
just
good.
I adore her. I think she's
She
wonderful.
is she's amazing, and of course she lives in Australia, but she's here once in a while.
Yep.
Um, do you ever hit the sci-fi and pop culture conventions?
I have indeed, and I'm hoping that Agent Recon will be represented there the next time I go to whichever one I'm invited. Agent Recon is certainly a new chapter in the book of my own career, and it's the kind of role and the kind of film um, that I'm hoping. Uh, will convey the kind of veteran status that my development inevitably has to show.
What was it about Colonel Green that made you take the role?
Um, I think it was the power of the story. It's hard to say. This is the power of the story and the power of the setting both go together because the setting is an action adventure. There's just no two ways about it. We're a patrol of soldiers out in very dangerous territory in a post-apocalyptic landscape, um, and but the inner workings of the story are a father whom I play, a father's relationship with his daughter, and the difficulties they encounter because they're both in the same career, and the career is the military, and the military is life and death. And so it sort of intensifies the relationship of the daughter and the father. And when she's in trouble, he feels that very deeply
Hmm.
because trouble in this kind of story can be terminal. And I think that every young person and every more mature person of my age or around it has either gone through or is going through that kind of balancing act as each tries to recognize the individuality of the other. So it gives the story a great deal of weight. I like that.
It also reflects, some of the problems we're having today. I mean, as well. It's a very intelligent script, and it takes me back, to the '70s and '80s, where sci-fi had a little bit more than just special effects. It was about something.
That's exactly right. That's what draws. I think that draws the power from the script, and the script imbues it with it initially anyway. But that idea of the, the 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 depiction of uh, of of the military is it's pertinent, unfortunately, to our age. Yeah.
And in working with Chuck Norris, had you known Chuck before?
We had met each other in various black tie disguises back in the day when the industry used to have these events, but we'd never worked together, nor had we spent any real social time together. So this was really working with Chuck Norris on Agent Recon was really the first chance that either of us had to get to know one another in a more personal and professional way. And I have to say that. I I found him to be just the sweetest guy. He was just a really sweet guy, and what a lesson what an example he sets for enthusiasm because he loves being in front of the camera. He loved being on the set. He did that thing that uh, that Marc's the true professional, who's led as much by his heart as he is by his business sense, is that he just fell in love with everybody right away, and everybody fell in love with him. So he did. He presented quite a good example in every way.
I think it's a lesson that you have during your career, and all to, you know, if you're number one or two on the call sheet, you're setting the pace for everybody else on the set.
It is the definition of a lead, right? And I had to learn this myself. Uh, an old a friend of mine now passed, Chuck Bale, who was a stalwart in the industry and one of the founding fathers of the Stuntmen's Association. Uh, he defined lead as that, somebody who was there to lead the company of actors, and gave me the perspective of the responsibility of each of the departments: electrical, props, makeup, wardrobe, and acting, and camera. Each had their own responsibility, and it was a matter of pride to bring forth professionalism in every way when you represented your own department.
And this up and coming director, writer, and action star Derek Ting, what's it like working with somebody who's this good at such an early age?
I tell you, it's amazing working with Derek, because you would think that somebody who was carrying such a heavy burden on his shoulders would be showing the strain of it from time to time. Would have to, would have to have a moment of breakout emotionally. But he was as unconcerned and gentle and easy with every moment on the set. He was as generous in his use of the camera to make sure that everybody got the right coverage, and never a rough moment. Never seemed perturbed by anything. We just sailed through that production. It was really unusual in that sense, and that's the measure of Derek Ting, is that he can do 9 things at once and smile and be genuinely happy beneath it.
Well, he's genuinely joyful to be there, and that, of course, sets that pace as well. As you have actors that really enjoy what they do and not just doing it for a paycheck.
That was the hallmark of the entire company. The crew felt the same way. There were no silent grumblers off in the corner. Everybody was happy.
What do you think audiences are going to take away when they watch Agent Recon?
Well, hopefully, I mean, I'm always hopeful that the most important thing that they take away, besides the revival of the human spirit just in going to see movies, is that movies as an art form are not passing. Movies are simply evolving, and that their relevance is in fact increasing. And I think they'll find that in the story and also in the excitement of Agent Recon, because that was our intent.
Thank you so much, because I just am flabbergasted to talk with you. I've been a fan of yours for so long, Beastmaster, and your voice work is just wonderful.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Tony, very much. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Batman. That's right.
You are. My aunt was June Foray, the voice actress, and
oh yeah, that's nice.
I have an ear for that. Marc, it is a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tony. Me too. See you next time.